Ladies and gentlemen, I once again welcome you to another exciting edition of Sports Village Daily Updates. Less than 2 weeks to the resumption of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, and I'll voluminously talk from the camp of the senior national team, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But before I proceed with the details coming up, if you are new on this platform, quickly let's do it together. Subscribe to the channel, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Please don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like the video and share to other social media platforms. As usual, my name still remains Solomon Kwadwo Asante, your only nomenclature with engineers philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports, and I've been given a Nigerian name on this platform as the only one, Solomon Chukwu Emeka. And please don't forget to leave your decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts in my subsequent videos. Straightforward. Let's get into the video. Let me start from the midfield crisis from the Super Eagles of Nigeria ahead of their last two matches of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. And as you all know, the next international break is from the 6th to the 14th of October 2025. And within this period, the Super Eagles will face Lesotho as a penultimate game of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, an away game for the Super Eagles, and the home game at the Gosio Akpabio Stadium in Uyo for the Super Eagles will be against Benin Republic. Decisive finish for both the Super Eagles and the Benin Republic. And ahead of these two matches, the Super Eagles might go in with a doubt around the availability of two key midfielders. And let's look at the major doubts within the Super Eagles midfield team. Aside that, the hopes for the Super Eagles now is to at least secure a playoff spot if they are not going to automatically make it to the 2026 World Cup tournament at USA, Canada, and Mexico. And with the injury doubts around the team's midfield, the first player to talk about is Fisayo Dele Bashiru, who plays his club football for Lazio in the Serie A. With the updates coming in, he picked up injury last weekend, and from further medical assessments, it has been revealed that he will be sidelined for at least 2 weeks, barely a month, before he might be fit for the upcoming matches for both his club side, Lazio, and that of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, his international side. And looking at further checks from my side, I visited Serie A injury list, and from that of Lazio, you can see Fisayo Dele Bashiru's name, who is now having hamstring injury, and his expected return date is on the 17th of October 2025, and within the period of the next international break, definitely he might not be part of the Super Eagles upcoming matches. So that is that from the camp of Fisayo Dele Bashiru. He has been sidelined for barely 4 weeks, that is within a month. He might come back stronger for the Super Eagles and Lazio. The second player to talk about is Raphael Onyedika, who plays his club football for Club Brugge or Club Brugge in the Belgium Jupiter Pro League. According to the latest reports coming in, he has also been ruled out for barely 6 weeks, meaning a month and 2 weeks. He's also having hamstring injury. During their dramatic draw against Westerlo, it ended up 5-5. And looking at the scoreline, he was even forced off within some parts of the game. And from further medical assessments and checkups, it has also been reviewed that he's going to be sidelined for barely 6 weeks. That is 1 month, 2 weeks. And if that is it, he might not also come in to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Still in the camp with the injury doubts within the Super Eagles team ahead of the last two matches of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Let me also take this advantage and opportunity to talk about Wilfred Ndidi, who was also a doubt for the upcoming matches, but he has returned stronger for his club side, Besiktas, in the Turkish Super Liga. He featured for his club side against Kayserispor last Wednesday, and looking at his physique and everything, you can testify that he's very fit for the Super Eagles, same as Besiktas. Let's check out even his performance within the last minutes of the game. He played the 66 minutes parts of the game with 0 goal, 0 assists, with 57 touches as a defensive midfielder for Besiktas. He had 32 out of 37, representing 86% passing accuracy. Via SofaScore, they rated him 6.9 out of 10.0, and you can have a full glare of his performance based on the heat map on your screens from this direction, from the right to the left side of the field. And that's from Wolfed Ndidi. Victor Osimhen was also a major doubt for the upcoming matches. The piece of good news is that Victor Osimhen is fully back. Yesterday, he had a cameo for his club side, Galatasaray, and at the end of the game, they defeated Alanyaspor by a goal to nil. He played 12 minutes, that is 12 minutes cameo, with 0 goal, 0 assists from Victor Osimhen. He didn't have any shots on target, 0 shots off target, 0 shot blocked. He didn't attempt any dribble. Via SofaScore, they gave Osimhen rating of 6.3 out of 10.0. So that is the latest coming in. So with the injury doubts within the midfield of the Super Eagles, so Eric Sekuchel, head coach of the Super Eagles, can count on players like Alhassan Yusuf. He might return to the Super Eagles team. We also have Frank Onyeka, Christantus Uche might also be part of the team, and Fitz again, Wolfed Ndidi is also back in the team. But these players are not sufficient for Eric Sekuchel ahead of the last 2 matches of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, because now everything is in the hands of the Super Eagles and head coach Eric Sekuchel, same as the Nigerian Football Federation. They have to fire on all cylinders to get 2 victories for the last 2 matches against Lesotho and that of Benin Republic. And on this note, Eric Sekuchel is targeting Inter Milan on loan midfielder as Pisa SC in the Serie A. His name is Ebenezer Akin Samiru. I know he's not new to some of the football fanatics or the Nigerian football community. A lot of him saw he displaying his parts for Remo Stars. He was even part of the Remo Stars team that qualified for the NPFL. And so far, just after that, 2023, he left to Inter Milan. And when he left to Inter Milan, what he was supposed to do is to have some loan deals with Sampdoria, and now he's on loan at Pisa SC. So far, so good. He has played 4 matches for Pisa SC in the Serie A, and with the 4 matches, 3 in the Serie A and 1 as Italian Cup. And he has not scored any goal. He has not assisted any goal. And let me talk about who he is. Let me buttress it with evidence for you to know whether he will be a good fit for the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team or not. He was born on the 25th of November 2004. Currently, he is 20 years. So barely on the 25th, the upcoming 25th of November 2025. He will be 21 years. Predominantly, he plays as a central midfielder, but he can also play as a central attacking midfielder, meaning he's very good attacker of the ball. He surges forward more, progresses with the ball more in the midfield. And that is why Eric Sekuchel wants to count on him. One thing that has lured him is that Eric Sekuchel has now gotten some hope within Benjamin Frederick, because he was also a youngster. He was playing for Brentford. He came to the Super Eagles during the 2025 Unity Cup tournament. He established himself better, even with a friendly game against Russia. Just after that, with the last 2 World Cup qualifying matches against South Africa and Rwanda, he made waves. He edged his name. He played without any pressure. He was very composed at the back lines for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So he can still count on young players within the Super Eagles of Nigeria's team. That is why he wants to count on the services of Akin Samiru Ebenezer, who plays his club football currently for Pisa SC on loan from Inter Milan. That is the latest coming in. Let me talk more about this player. This player, when it comes to his attributes on the field of play, he's having good pace in terms of his strength and agility on the field of play. Looking at his physicality and the strength, being very physically strong, is something you can't take it out from Ebenezer. Aside that, Ebenezer is having that ball retention. He's having that decent dribbling on the field of play. What a player he is. I wish to add up more highlights of him on the field of play, but as you are watching the side of my presentation, you can see who he is via SofaScore score. They are giving out rating of who he is on the field of play, and you can testify on your screens that he's a super player. And let's see how things will transpire as to whether he'll be part of the midfield team within the services of Frank Onyeka, Crisanto Suche, Wilfred Ndidi, and other players who will come in to play for the Super Eagles for these last two matches. Indeed, these two last matches are in my heart. They are needs for the Super Eagles against Lesotho and that of Benin Republic. Let me end this presentation still from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I've had some reports and I needed to do further checkups to know how things are going, whether it's true or not. The next international break, just after the October international break, will be the November international break. That one is scheduled from the 10th to the 18th of November 2025. And that is where the Super Eagles, they are into the AFCON tournament, which is scheduled from December 18th to the 21st of January. I stand to be corrected. I'm not all that okay with the time and dates of how things are going. But if it is so, they are going in Group C, playing against Tanzania, Tunisia, and other countries. So far, they have to prepare. So the next international break, just after the World Cup qualifies, will be preparation for the 2025 AFCON tournament in Morocco. And with the latest updates coming in, they've scheduled two friendly games. It's going to be Nigeria versus Venezuela, same as Nigeria versus Colombia. And I have the extensive details here. Other portals reported that the first game will be against Venezuela, and it's going to happen in the United States of America, which will be on Saturday, the 15th of November. But from further checkups, I've gotten to know it might be Friday, the 14th of November 2025, against Venezuela. And the next game will happen either on the 18th or 19th of November against Colombia, still in the United States of America. Now, so these are the tentative details. And the first game will be at the Shell Energy Stadium in Houston, Texas. So that is what is coming out. But I'll further come out with how things will be transpiring ahead of these friendly games. Definitely, they will happen, but these are the tentative details. It's quite difficult to get more updates or details or information about how these friendly matches will be played. But for now, let's take it as it is. That the Super Eagles, somewhere in November, will play against Venezuela and Colombia ahead of the AFCON tournament in Morocco. And that's coming in from the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Other matches will happen, but looking at the time, you might enjoy some highlights of Nigeria under 20 girls versus Rwanda under 20 girls, same as Nigeria under 17 boys versus Burkina Faso under 17 boys. Just pardon us, we do apologize. At times, I've heard a lot of requests and comments coming in that some of the highlight videos are displaying like AI. It's not our fault. It might be due to the streaming sites that we normally pick these highlights from. So we just do apologize, but subsequently we are going to work on this and come out with an authentic update that you know. We know that we are indeed used to the real voice, and the real voice is still Solomon Kwejo Asante, your only nomenclature, what the engineer's philosophy in sports. And I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Let's meet in the next one. But before that, let me give shout outs. You've been very amazing and supportive to this platform. So I can't go without mentioning names like DJ Babs J. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Ubi Eten. I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Olugbo Lahan Johnson. I do appreciate your support. Prophets. Okay, good news, WTV. Yeah, so the Prophet. Prophet 1. I do appreciate your support. Patrick Awu, I do appreciate your support. And to Ekpe Crew, Christopher, I do appreciate your support. A lot of commenters in the comment box. With time, I'll give shout out to each and every charity who are on this platform. Let's meet in the next one. It's bye for now.